So I have no idea what is happening here, but for the first time a couple months ago, I made a video to put on YouTube. I thought I was going to, and I never did, but it was me fixing the brakes in my car. You know, I tried to add a little humor into it, and I never really felt like the best thing to do with it was to post it. So I just forgot about it actually until a little while ago. I'm not a, well, I guess I should say I haven't in the past ever been a person who would want to do something like this. It's actually quite ridiculous to think that I am attempting to do this, and this may actually end up being the first in a series. I hope that I can at least continue to do this for myself. But the universe keeps saying that somehow I need to, or for some reason I need to just do this. So here goes. This isn't all free form. I'm gonna try not to plan anything. Oh, actually, I just remembered. At a meditation retreat I went to, yeah, I guess you could call it a meditation retreat. I went to a couple weeks ago. Every day I had to do a video blog, so I guess I am seasoned in that. And here goes. At that retreat, I met lots of people. I met a lot of healers and, you know, shamans and chiropractors and cranial sacral and I think I'm saying that right. Doctors. And I'm not any of those. I'm you know, let me just show you this right here. I'm a carpenter. And this is my life. Yes. Some tools in there. Started learning to weld the other day, or I guess a couple weeks ago, months ago. For about a brief second during that retreat, I felt unworthy, and the power of the retreat outside of my own ability just crushed that unworthiness. At that retreat, I also learned to open my heart in ways that I have never been able to open my heart. I've done a lot of things since I was a teenager to be better. And I think that ultimately that's why I am here right now, so that if there's one person out there who feels unworthy for whatever reason, they can feel worthy, they can feel love. It's a interesting paradigm that is that exists today. This battle that we are embarking on for higher consciousness, and I'm sure there are millions of people out there who aren't gurus, and they're not shamans, and they're not sadhus or bodhisattvas or enlightened, and they're not doctors. I think I might have said that. They're not healers. They're just ordinary people. They're carpenters, you know, and they're not special, and they get hurt, and they're afraid, and they don't feel honest with themselves because of the environment they're in. I fell today, actually. I took a big fall from a scaffold and landed on my back and have a concussion right now. So I don't know if that's why I'm initiating this, but I it's my dog. I just did a meditation. Despite the agonizing pain, my ribs are in. The deep breath would actually help them feel better. And in that meditation, something just said, I got to do this. And I've been thinking about it for a couple weeks now, I think, off and on. But there's fear there because I'm putting myself out and I don't want to be judged. And but right now, I don't think any of that matters for some reason. So I met a woman at this retreat who told me that her father told her, why should you give a fuck what anybody ever thinks of you? As long as you're a decent person, you don't hurt people, then the only person that you should be concerned about how they think about you is yourself. And so that's what I'm learning, that I just got to think well of myself and the rest will fall into place. And so I don't know what's happening right now. I just feel like there are people that are going to feel left at the wayside, that people are going to feel like they are unworthy. And hopefully this can be a platform for people that have deep hearts that they just can't open up because of the environment they're in or the conditions they've grown up in. And not everyone gets an opportunity to attend a Dr. Joe Dispenza week-long retreat like I did. And I wish the whole world could, because if they could, then it would be a different place. This would typically be something I am terrified of, but I feel pretty good. Something's shifting. I listened to a podcast today from Deja Blue, I think. Richard Rudd was in it, and the Gene Keys are also another modality that I have been I don't know what the word is, toying around with, just to see what potential it has. And as soon as it was an amazing podcast. There's so much overlap in everything we're doing to raise the consciousness of this planet. It just argues that it's true. And anyways, as soon as the podcast ended, and about 30 seconds after I just thought of myself falling, I fell. Hell, stop. And settle. Yeah, it's okay. And it just seems like multiple times in my life when I have tried to really dive into something deep, obstacles show up in the most incredible ways. About 2 years ago, I met the most amazing woman I have ever met and known, and she is the reason why I'm sitting here now, and she is the reason why I was at the retreat and the Gene Keys and shamanic counseling and somatic experiencing and loving myself. It hasn't been easy, and that's because I was such a low vibrational person that we just were in discordance. But the something new about her, and it didn't like it. My dad had passed just a couple days before the first time we hung out. Actually, it was the day before we first hung out. I'd met her once before. Yeah, I met her once before that, briefly, and then when we hung out for the first time, that was the day after my dad had passed. And when I went back home for his funeral, my just the night of the funeral, my best friend, one of my best friends from high school, body slammed me, broke my ribs because he was trying to, hook up with this girl, and I don't know what I did, but I wasn't trying to, and somehow it just went terribly wrong for him, and never talked to him since. So that seemed like a obstruction. Then last year, when I was about to begin a shamanic empowerment course, I got so sick, sicker than I've ever been. My entire body, other than my face, was covered in alligator-like textures, and couldn't talk, and I don't even know. We had Reiki healers and shamanic counseling and psychic surgeries. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what, I don't feel important. But I guess what I realized tonight when I was meditating is there's nothing special about being important. We're all important. There's no shame in that. We shouldn't feel guilty to feel empowered, and we shouldn't feel guilty to feel important, and we shouldn't feel guilty to feel special. We should feel joy, and we should feel love, and we should feel gratitude, because we get the opportunity to make the decision that we want to feel that way. And everybody has that opportunity. They have that choice. And at the fear of being judged, they don't do it. So I think that the best reason I can give you for why I want to do this is so that I can remind myself. And like I said, who knows, this might just sit on my phone. Or maybe you'll see me next time with some big headphones and a big mic and a bunch of books behind me, because that would seem pretty cool. But in the meantime, I hope that you understand, at the very least, just understand what I'm trying to say. I don't want to say it, but it seems like there is a line drawn in the sand, and what happens to those that can't elevate, from my understanding, sounds terrible. And all we have to do is think. So thank you for being here, if you were, and I look forward to maybe doing this again